Now that we're aware of how the file structure is laid out in Final Cut Pro X, let's talk a little bit more about some of the things that make Final Cut Pro X both similar to and unique from other major editing applications. Now, as with any NLE, or nonlinear editor, Final Cut Pro works under the premise of allowing editors to combine material together in any way possible. For example, you can start with the end, add the beginning later, insert shots in between shots, so on and so forth. Again, this is non-destructive because no matter how many cuts you make in the footage to build your sequence, the actual media remains untouched and whole. If you've edited before, you know this. It's pretty basic stuff. Now, let's talk about some of the unique editing structure of Final Cut Pro X. Up until now, most editing applications, including all previous versions of Final Cut Pro, have been based on the concept of track-based editing, where you can have a large number of tracks in which you edit segments of video and audio together to create sequences. In this model, video clips must reside on video tracks and audio clips must reside on audio tracks. And most of the elements within the track-based model are independent. So if you move a shot around, then the other video and audio elements in the timeline remain where they're at. In Final Cut Pro X, things are a little different. There aren't any tracks. Instead, there are storylines. The primary storyline is where you assemble the foundation of your program, and both video and audio can reside in the primary storyline. Attached to the primary storyline are both secondary storylines and connected clips, and each is literally anchored to a shot on the primary storyline. Now, in this model, everything's a lot more connected. Every single secondary storyline or connected clip is literally anchored to a shot on the primary storyline. Therefore, when you move a shot on the primary storyline, everything that is anchored to that clip just moves along with it. This is designed to reduce sync problems and enhance organization. This may seem like a small difference if you're brand new to editing, but working with storylines is certainly a different approach if you're coming from a track-based editing program. Fortunately, we'll be covering all of the ins and outs of working in the storyline environment, regardless of whether you're new to editing or coming from a track-based platform.